So first factor that's pretty important once a pot gets pretty large is looking at just what exactly our pot size is and what our pot odds are. So at the point of having to call too cold on the flop, the pot is offering us immediate odds of 26-2 or 13-1, in which if the initial check raiser ends up closing the action with the call, we'd end up getting 13.5-1 on our call. Where likewise, if the initial check raiser ends up capping and everybody else who put in 3 bets then calls a 4th bet, our price from that point on with the flop decision ends up being 30-3 or 10-1. So then, knowing that, the next step in kind of trying to analyze whether we should be playing or not is by looking at different sample hand distributions of our hand versus other hands that could plausibly be held. So I started off here with one of the more optimistic scenarios in which if we happen to hit a jack, it's good. None of our other opponents here, as you can see, have any spades in their hand. And if we catch a runner jack high straight, we end up winning a jack or queen high straight, I should say. We end up winning the whole entire pot. Which in this extreme best case scenario where we have ace jack, one of our opponents has a 7-6 open-ended straight draw. We're saying the cutoff fish has a king 9 for top pair, king kicker, and then we're saying the button here, which the button one I kept constant the whole time because I think this is a pretty reasonable estimate. They have ace queen suited with 2 clubs and there's 1 club on the flop. So here we see this super optimistic scenario. We're getting 15.2%. And then just for the fun of it, just kind of showcase just how valuable the spade draw is in our hand, even though it's runner. I changed this to having ace jack of diamonds, and our equity against those other hands drops all the way down to 10.6%. So it's pretty sizable difference just from that one runner draw. So then continuing on, we got a lot more other scenarios here in which I gave one where we're saying that the under the gun +2 has king 10 of spades, which that'd be 2 overcards and a flush draw. Changed our player 3 to having 10-9 of diamonds, although it's only a marginal difference from having king 9, like in the first example, and then ace queen for the other person. So now we're looking at here where 2 of our spades are dead, and if we hit a jack of spades on the turn, for instance, our hand still isn't in good shape. So kind of just by taking a few spades out of the deck and eliminating one of our jack outs here, we're down to 8.5% equity. So then I continued even further here with a third example going on where now one of our opponents has jack 10 for a bigger open-ended straight draw, and taking away some of our potential runner outs too, and killing one of our jacks. Since like in this case, if the turn comes a queen, he has a straight, and now we're looking for a 10, and we only have a couple 10s in the deck. And then we instead gave player 3 a stronger hand here, meaning that our jacks are entirely no good now, so we gave him 2 pair, and then with this other guy, and we're down to 6.7%. Which, and then obviously, I only put up 3 examples here, which you can just go on with countless other examples if you wish to try to really just get an estimate for just how strong or weak of a hand we have. And then likewise on the right side here, just showing how against those range of hands, basically ace jack of diamonds is pretty worthless, and we should be pitching it for too cold on the flop.